Frozen in 3D, a 2013 Disney release, a 102-minute movie. You will get the black bars at the top and the bottom. There may be a few intermittent aspect ratios, but not much to talk about. Let's talk about the cast. You have Elsa, one of the princesses, and you have Anna, Olaf, the snowman, and Kristoff, and this adorable reindeer here. Let's talk about this a little bit. As you know, Frozen 2 is out. I do not have Frozen 2 yet, but when I get it, I will be reviewing it. Look, Walt Disney was famous for taking dark stories and making them magical and putting some humor in there. Snow White was a dark story. There's a lot of dark stories that he done. And my first impression here was that this was a dark story. It was sad, actually. It was very sad. It started out sad anyway. This is an adaptation of Hans Christian Andersen's Snow Queen. Back in the late 30s, early 40s, Walt Disney was going to do an adaptation of that, make a movie like this. It was going to be a short. He was going to do a little story about Hans Christian Andersen's life, and he was going to include this in it. It never happened. In 1977, Disney was going to open a ride at Disneyland called the Ice Palace, where riders could get in and cool off for the summer, and a lot of the storyboards that were for that ride were included here in the movie. All right, so let's talk about the story. There's going to be some spoilers here. So basically it's about two princesses, Elsa and Anna. Elsa has this power. It's actually a curse that freezes things, and it starts out when they're children in their kingdom, and they play with this power. They make snowmen, they make skating rinks, and they're goofing around, and Anna gets hurt, and the mom and dad take her to get healed. And one thing that happens here is that they have to be separated, and Elsa cannot use this power anymore. And so Anna's heartbroken. She wants to play with her sister, but her sister ignores her. Parents go off on a journey, and during the journey, the parents actually perish, and Elsa becomes the queen. And I don't want to tell you the whole thing here, but things go wrong, as they can happen when somebody has a curse or a power. Elsa takes off. She leaves the kingdom and builds her own ice palace away from everybody, where she won't hurt nobody. And the town now is frozen, and Anna takes off to go find Elsa and bring her back. She runs into Kristoff and this adorable reindeer, and there's a snowman in here, Olaf, that just absolutely steals the show. Olaf is hilarious. You're gonna bust a gut. This guy is hilarious. It is so funny. He is so funny. But the main underlying theme here is love. Love. And you can really feel it. I mean, you really feel the love here between these sisters. Anna is just, other than Olaf, Anna steals the show. Her love for her sister. And let me say something about this animation. This animation reminds me of the old Disney animation, the old hand-drawn animation with the eyebrows moving and everything going. I didn't see that in Tangled as much as I saw it here. This really made me feel the old nostalgia animation. It's a wonderful story. Some twists of the plot. You're really going to love this. Now, like I say, I haven't gotten Frozen 2 yet, so when I do, I will get it and review that. Let's talk a little bit about the 3D. I'm going to say a couple things about the 3D. I'm going to say the 3D was disappointing. I'm going to say that 85% of the 3D was exceptional, and 15%, let me change that. 85% was acceptable, and 15% was exceptional. So it's kind of weird. You got this mediocre, not too much depth, not too many pop-outs. I kept checking my glasses. Oh yeah, it's 3D, yeah, it's 3D, for 85% of the film. The other 15% of the film was fantastic. There were some absolutely gorgeous scenes in 3D. And so that's my take on that. I will say this, I would rather watch this in 3D than 2D anytime, absolutely. If you're a 3D lover, then get the 3D version. But you won't be blown away by it. And I want to say this also, James Cameron spent $30 million converting Titanic into 3D. And you would think Disney could do a little bit better job here, in my opinion. You think that they could actually put a little more depth into it, things like that, okay? There are some twists to the plot. You will be surprised at the end. There are also some bonus features. Like I told you at the beginning about Frozen and all that came from the bonus features. There's some music videos on here. Demi Lovato sings in here, and several other. There's songs in Spanish and Italian. So there's a lot of good extras. So pick this up. And what'd you think? Did you see it? Did you see it 3D? Did you see it 2D? Is Olaf just as funny in Frozen 2? Because I haven't seen that yet. Let's talk about that. Tell me about your thoughts about Frozen 1 and as compared to Frozen 2. Let me know what you think about that. Let's talk about that, okay? So I am going to give Frozen, for the story, 4.75 out of 5. For the 3D, I'm going to give it 3.0 out of 5 for the 3D, okay? But pick it up. You will enjoy it. Pick it up in 3D. Leave some comments below. Let me know. Hit that like and subscribe button so you won't miss out on any further reviews. Have a good night. Stay safe. You know what's going on in the world. Stay safe. And as always, God bless.